What's up YouTube, Danny Hype here with another Dragon Ball Super gameplay video. This time I'm up against KTM Zuhair playing his Cabba deck, and I am playing my friend Luca's build of the King Vegeta, the new starter deck one. Now, this was probably my third or fourth time playing the deck, actually maybe even the second time or so, but I did kind of get the gist of it, and I was watching Luca play it, and it looked pretty cool, so I figured I'd share one of our games with you guys here and show you guys what we got going on in Canada. The game is really fun when you're playing a bunch of different decks and not kind of just always playing like things like Toa or Shenjita and things like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Also, if you guys want to see any other types of specific leaders and a gameplay version with my commentary, let me know in the comment section below. But for now, let's just get right into it. Alright, so he did win the dice roll. He went first. We did play a set. This was just game one. And yeah, he started off with your... Actually, he usually starts off turn one with the dual color energy, but it looks like he either didn't hit it there or just chose not to and went for the turn one play, which isn't as bad because on the next turn, if I can't remove this, he can always evolve and start putting pressure on me. Alright, for me now, this is another thing too. I have to determine whether I want to do the dual energy. Starting off turn one is probably the only time you ever want to get a dual energy down, because after that, playing an energy in rest mode sucks. However, that Broly, the one that I just played there, luckily playing more of them afterwards, they come straight into active mode, so that is the benefit of having those guys out. So yeah, just your standard turn one plays for me there. And now the other thing too with King Vegeta, I was debating whether to take my life or not, because obviously his ability, you need to take a life and then look at top 5, so basically draw a card when you take a life. Now, life in this particular matchup is pretty you really want to protect your life. Like, I don't know if you guys saw in my Toa gameplay where I really tried to protect my life, because these Cabba decks can go super aggro. So if you kill yourself and go down to 5 for them, or sorry, go down to 4 for them, they can really put some pressure and kill you pretty early. And another reason, I don't attack him early, because I don't want him to get a bunch of cards and being able to, awaken, untap on like 3 energy and kind of just like and kill me, because they can do that. These decks, the Cabba and the Broly version, they can kill you on turn 3 if they have a lot of their resources and a lot of energy to work with. So I choose to kind of not attack him, let him awaken himself, and kind of hopefully slow down the pace of the game so we can hit the turn 4s and 5s, because I do not want this game, him pushing me around too early. Yeah, so again, I did protect my life when he swung with the 10k, and then again I take, so it's like just so I can use my ability more, because if I didn't protect that life, I'd be at 5 or lower, and or 5 or 4 at this point, and that's pretty scary when you get to turn 3, especially if he starts evolving things next turn. But luckily Red does have a lot of good tools to kind of mitigate some of the pressure that Cabba and those Broly decks, the U6 stuff, can do because of the minus effect. As you guys see, that energy. So this is my friend Luca's build, and he, whether it's the best build or the choice or not, but he did find a cool way to play with that spice with the Vegeta with the Union. So it is just the one blue of, well, there's more copies of it, but the deck is red-green, but you're able to Union Batora off of the Goku and Vegeta counterplay cards, which is really spicy. For 1, so you get to draw a bunch, so it's pretty nice. So yeah, right now he's just doing, this cap is actually pretty good. I think he only runs 2 copies of it, but when you do hit it and you can grab 2 cards for 1, it's pretty nice. Sometimes he just grabs like 2 super combos and there's just so much value. But yeah, it looks like he's going for his evolved targets and stuff like that. I was debating if I should, as you can see there, the denial it, but I kind of want to save my denial for if he tries to do the swing evolve, so I can denial that thing. But it looks like he chose not to do it this round, unless he's about to awaken here, actually. Yeah, actually, I think he's about to awaken here. So because I knew that, because he wanted to play that one, awaken, and then untap and start doing stuff, I figured, you know what, that's his last play because he's tapped out. So I'll just denial here and let it go, because if he chooses to just play this and then maybe not do anything else, then I'll have wasted a turn to try to use my denial and waste that 2 energy. You always want to use your energy as frequently as possible. You know, like at the end of your opponent's turn, it'd be awesome if you'd be tapped out and like, you know, because you used all of your resources as much as you could to untap and stuff like that. I did skip a little bit ahead here because it took me a while to choose what to energy. Again, this is like probably my second or third time playing this deck, but I do see the potential in it, and that's the reason I wanted to show you guys, because the deck does look pretty good. Being able to play a bunch of free 20k 2-drops is pretty sweet, like I just did there. The extra card is what the King Vegeta needs to awaken, so and you have to be at 3 energy, so being able to play that, play a 20k, draw 2, so it basically replaces both those cards I just played, and it's a negate that's out there now. It's pretty sweet. And this looks like it's a standard play for the King Vegeta players, where you I'm going to awaken now and untap one, so now I have 2 for another denial for my turn, which is really powerful. Yeah, see, so now I have 2 energy, so I can do counterplays. Not even just denial, I can denial, I can mock speed, or I can do the Vegeta, depending, you know, obviously situational. So being able to have 2 energy up every turn, because most of the things I'm doing are 2 energy or free, right? See, now I'm playing a free guy, drawing a card. So now this is where I maybe should have just let it go, because well, I wanted to put pressure on him, because he's going to awaken regardless next turn. So now I want to almost force him to awaken, or force him to dump cards. Actually, this is not so bad, because if he has to awaken on my turn, then that means he has less energy to work with on his turn. Right? That was my train of thought. But what he does here, unfortunately, so he does awaken, which is what I get out of it. I'm like, okay, sweet, that's awesome. But now he gets to do this, which is actually still beneficial for him, because he's able to tap down my energy, so now I don't have my denial up, which sucks, and he got his chomp out, and that's my last attack, right? So maybe in hindsight I should have just left the that last attack of the Kefla. I should have just nodded. I swung with it because I didn't think he would do that, but he did. So it's like I kind of got what I wanted, but then again I also didn't get what I wanted, because now I only have 1 energy up for his potential kill turn, which could be pretty scary. But now he is working with 2 less energy, so again that's the plus I got from that. Yeah, these starter decks are actually pretty sweet. This Planet Salad card, I don't know if that's actual name, but that's what we call it here, is actually pretty nice. And see, he's building a nice, you know, hand advantage, board advantage, and it's going to get pretty hard for me to neg all of these things, if you will. So he is going to be able to get his evolves off, at least the way it looks, and especially because he got rid of my energy. Being able to tap your opponent's energy like that is pretty nuts. But let's hope I have enough defense in my hand to kind of withstand. But yeah, being able to spam up 2-drop 20ks each turn for free, save your energy for counterplay cards, I can see where the potential in this deck can be. I do want to tinker with the deck some more, but my friend Luca, the build that he has right now, I enjoyed it. It was actually really fun to play. Me and Zuhair got a bunch of games off in this matchup, and they were pretty good games, so I figured I'd show you this one here. This is the first one. I do have a couple more games. If you do want to see the other 2 games as well, leave a comment in the section below. I have them recorded and stuff and edited. I was just going to post one at a time to kind of see the interest in this deck is. I also have an OG Broly deck that I played against this Cabba deck that we have some good gameplay for, so I'll probably show those ones as well. Alright. So now he needs to figure out how to do his kill turns. These decks are like this Cabba deck that he plays. They're actually pretty tricky, because there's a lot of different ways to do this and that. And I've played some good ones and played some bad ones. So he is doing the evolve here. So he's trying to do the combo evolve. And now since I only have the 1 energy, I figured I'd just use it on this. So I combo 2, because he swung with the Cabba to bring it to 15 or so. Now this is a bit of an over combo, because I comboed to 25 here, but I did want, because if I didn't, when that Kefla comes out, it'll just tap my energy anyways, so I wanted to use that energy before he tapped it, so I figured, you know, I might as well just come out and pop something. Now I popped his Kale there because obviously I would love to pop one of those 1-drops, but he has 3 different 1-drops to evolve on top of. So when I rivaled, I have to arrival pop something, and there's no point in me choosing one because he'll just evolve on top of another one, and there's no point in me choosing that Champa there because he can just keep it alive. So I figured I'd get rid of another evolved target that he had, in case he tried to do the Kale evolve. See, and it was good because he wanted that Kale to be out there, so now he just used 2 more energy to put a Kale out there, which is obviously good for me when he's wasting his energy or using his energy at least. Because if I just gave him a free, if he just had that Kale out there, then he'd be able to do his free evolve and do all that shenanigans. But it's all about making your opponent use as much resources and all their energy. It kind of make them uncomfortable. But he still has a lot of pressure in his hand, and he does the evolve target, the evolve here, which is that thing is actually pretty nuts, especially if you get that one off early. Like right now, it's not as bad because it's dual 19k swings, whereas in the early game, if you can get that off, it's like a dual 34 or something, or like 39. I can't remember, like 34k swinger. It's actually pretty nuts. So they are just 5k combo blocks. This one, I super comboed here when I really wish I didn't, because the combo power in my hand was pretty weak, and I really wanted specific cards to keep. So I kind of over comboed, which I think I remember it doesn't bite me in the ass, but it does affect me in a way. So go see, now he's doing another evolve, 20 to 30. So I just take the 1 because it's combo against a 30k. Now see, if I kept that super combo in my hand, I would have been able to defend it because I would have been able to go 30-35. But he swings again, and I just combo that. In hindsight, I think he should have probably put a little bit more pressure on me with some combo. I'm not sure what his hand was like, but I definitely think he should have kind of tried to push a little harder. Luckily, I kept drawing into super combos near the end. So yeah, I just negate this one, take a life, and get rid of that boy. And then again, negate, take a life. Now, the only thing is, I wish maybe I could have double negated and got rid of his Chomp of Vados to minus it by 20, so he's tapped out and nothing. The only reason I didn't is because I was afraid if I negate and left that 1-drop out, he would have enough power to just swing with a 1-drop and dump hand, because my hand was not combo power heavy. So I was afraid he would have enough power because of that, so I just decided to get rid of his only other last attacker. Even though it's only a 4k, I decided to get rid of that just so he didn't have a chance to try to kill me. That was the thought process, at least. Yeah, I was just afraid that he'd be able to kill me there. But now I have him in a pretty good spot. He is tapped out, however, them being tapped out isn't as bad because of the Chomp of Vados being able to free combo their cards, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, having like a bunch of 20k swingers here, it's pretty nice. Being able to play them for free, it's like crazy. Like play them, draw a card, it's pretty nice. Or sack them, draw a card if you don't have anything to play. Like King Vegeta's ability is pretty nice. So I think he's at 3 here, and I'm just trying to make him dump as much hand as he can as possible, and trying to get just more bodies on the board, really. So I combo this to go to 30, so it's a dual color card, so I can rival this guy again. I was just reading there because I couldn't remember if you can't have 2 on the board, or but then it was you can't have 2 on the same turn. Like you can't do 2 on the same turn. Yeah, so now he has to defend a 30k swinger, and then I'm trying to get him to 2 so I can double strike. Again, I could have tried to pop his Chomp of Vados, but he would just get to tap my guy, draw, that Chomp of Vados is actually really annoying to deal with. Sometimes you just have to let them have it. So he hit 30 there. I think we would correct him because he has to hit 35. Because I'm at 30. Yeah, so that goes to the 35. And I figure I got another swing here. Another thing I should have maybe tried to consider. Well, actually, after this, there's sometimes like 15Ks are better than these 20Ks. Like, and you always want to hit in those 5K numbers, right? Like, I'm hitting 30s here. If I had the hand for it, I'd be trying to go for 35s. So it's like he would have to go 15. So it'd be 25, 35, and another, right? So he'd have to throw like 3 cards away just to stop it. Like, but right, he has to throw the perfect 2 to defend it kind of perfectly. There, I free play this guy with my ability to draw a card, which I got pretty lucky because then I drew into that card. Yeah, I used my King Vegeta's ability to free play that dude, which drew me the Bardock, which drew me 2 more, so now I can just put some more pressure on him. So here, yeah, see, I want to hit those 25 numbers, right? So now I need him, so he has to throw a 10 and a 5, opposed to just throwing a 10 to the 20. And then he finally took it. So now I get to come in for my double strike, hopefully for game. But the secret rare. Yeah, I do have a game with the secret rare where I do get that off, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, it looks like that's all she wrote, I believe, for him, and he takes it. Yeah, so that is the match. That was game 1. I have games 2 and 3, which I'll probably be posting. But if you guys like this kind of stuff, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.